Hey everybody,
Hey.
today is Friday, April 5th, 2024. I'm
And
Gene,
I'm Zane.
and you're hanging with Uncle.
How you doing?
Good, man.
Good.
It has been a very chill kind of a week, just
Yeah.
really enjoyed the peace and quiet, and yeah, just cool, man. Even started going back to the weight room.
Lucky I got to work all week, and I'm exhausted and tired. And I honestly, it was a really long week. I don't know. I'm feeling like from the week today. It's more like thank God it's the weekend, but like now it's like great, the weekend's gonna end shortly. But not to be a Debbie Downer.
Pay
But
yourself.
pay yourself. Yes, today is Friday. Don't forget to do that and help yourself, especially when you just got paid. I did, and I have to pay rent. But we got a few stories today. Honestly, it was a pretty busy Trump-filled week, wasn't it?
It was, but before we get into that,
Yeah.
please hit that subscribe
Oh
button.
yeah, as
We're
well.
trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and also hit that like button, hit that thumbs up. It lets the rest of the universe know we exist out there.
Exactly, and please hit the notification bell to let us know when we go. Like you yourself know whenever we go live in the future, and whenever our videos are posted afterwards as well. So yeah, sorry, forgot about that.
Yeah,
part.
so the legal geek in me, and again, I just think that it's time. It's time to put the pressure on Judge Cannon in the Mar-a-Lago case because.
It's taking too
well,
long.
a lot of people are thinking, well, this week she denied his motion to dismiss the case, based on whatever the hell reason he's denying for this time. I think it was First Amendment or whatever. And she denied it, but that doesn't mean that she can't deny it after trial has started. And then double jeopardy attaches, which means if the case were to be dismissed, he cannot be tried again for trying to keep our nation's top secret information as his own personal property. And that's kind of important. So
Absolutely.
there's a couple of options that Jack Smith has. And, you and I have talked lots about why hasn't she been kicked off the case yet? Because it's obvious what her partiality is toward Cadet Bonespurs. But, there's this thing called a writ of mandamus that Jack Smith can use to file in the 11th Circuit, the Court of Appeals above her, to force her to make a decision on this issue. Because if she dismisses the case now, before jury has been selected, Jack Smith has the right to appeal that case. And that's what she's delaying for. So I believe that's the next step. Not to have her removed from the case, but to have basically her boss, the 11th Circuit, tell her to make a decision.
Yeah, make her do things.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, because you have instead of playing this delay scapegoaty tactic, you just need to do your job and start doing it. Make a decision. That makes sense. What did you just say?
Mandamus.
Writ of mandamus. Can you further elaborate that?
It's basically Latin for do your job.
Okay, so they're giving her an ultimatum, basically. Like, here you go. This is a big picture here. You do this or this. Like, make a decision or that SOL, or somebody else is going to.
Yeah, the 11th Circuit will probably say and again, it's like they're not triers of fact. They're going to look at the filings, the appeals, and the response to the appeal that have gone to their benches and make a decision. And it's like one of those things, you don't want to get scolded by your parents. You've already touched the iron once. The 11th Circuit, slapped your hand and told you can't do that again. it's just obvious what the play is here, and how she's trying to help Cadet Bonespurs get adjudicated from this.
Brent says, newsflash, guess what else she wants to pump? And hi, Debster. Hello. She says
Hi,
hello.
Deb. Hi, Brent.
Hi, everybody. It's just that. Oh, that's so true, Brent. Brent said what I was thinking. I'm like, it just sounds like we're riding the pony. Basically, we're on that bandwagon for sure. If you know what I mean. But so with the Mar-a-Lago case, right?
Yeah.
With everything going on, is there a time frame for how or when it's supposed to all happen? So this justification, when she's supposed to make this decision, you said the 11th Circuit. Yeah? Is there a deadline for that?
Well, so he has not filed
Okay.
anything with the 11th Circuit yet.
Oh, okay.
But if she refuses to, then that is an option, because this is really, really important when you're, talking about attaching double jeopardy and showing your bias on the bench toward a defendant, which is not what a judge is supposed to be.
No, not at all. The judge is supposed to do its job. Like, that's kind of the idea.
They're supposed to be unbiased, impartial, and apply the rule of law to the facts in front of them.
That's the job of a judge, to be unbiased, unopinionated. Like you said, yeah. Like we have an issue here in our country. That's where where I'm stuck at, Gene. Is like, it looks like I'm stuck, and I am. That people aren't able to do their jobs. Like, in our country, we talk about more jobs for people, but people who have the jobs can't do them. Like, we have an issue here. Like, they're loyalists when they shouldn't be loyal to something, when they need to be biased. We have people who are on, like, cases who are not supposed to be biased. Like, these things aren't working the way they're supposed to work right now.
True.
We gotta have. How do you?
True.
All the way to the election box, she rides it hard. Brent's going hard.
It's just like, talk about how slowly the wheels of justice turn.
Which I complain about all the time.
And this is why. Okay, now I have to file this motion to the 11th Circuit. Mm-hmm. Now we have to have the 11th Circuit decide. Now, because this is federal, once the 11th Circuit decides, then he appeals it up to the D.C. Court of Appeals, and then to the Supreme Court, and there's further delays. But to answer your question earlier, it doesn't make any sense because she has refused to set a trial date. So what the hell are you asking for jury instructions for? We're not even close to that. Because you won't make a decision or rule on anything.
Who chose the judge? Because they made a bad decision.
She is an appointee from Cadet Bonespurs.
Makes sense. Okay, makes sense. Full circle. There we go.
Yep. She's a Mango Maniac appointee.
That's full circle, man. It's got to happen. Like,
I'm on the whiskey tonight.
I see that. It's just... I just don't understand how we have these loyalists, these people in power. Still. Not even just like now. It's been so long since he's been in power. They still are. We know who they are and what they represent. Why are they still there? Why are they still...
So as a legal geek, again, you have to play it out. And
take time, right?
He's forced her. He's playing chess while she's playing tiddlywinks, and forced her right here into this situation where we are right now, to where she's basically has to shit or get off the pot. Make a decision.
Better. That's all I'm saying.
Set a trial date. Make a decision. Do something.
Decision. Yes. No, I couldn't agree more. Man.
Yeah. You want to talk about trial dates or jury instructions, and let's talk about trial dates.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I asked earlier, like, is there a set date? And you said, still there's no determined date. Like, how long is it going to take you now? Like, it's taking... You should already have a date in mind, and you're delaying. But now you're going to delay some more, I feel like. So... I don't like our justice system, man. It takes too long.
Well, I mean, just on a side note, I'm glad to at least see that nothing is slowing down the what's affectionately known to now as the hush money case in New York. And that criminal trial. And yeah, that's coming up. Let's see, today's the 5th.
Yes, soon, right?
Next Monday.
Oh, right around the corner.
A week from Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right around the corner. All right. Well, I have a story here. It's breaking news worldwide. The 99-cent only store is closing. They're liquidating everything. Liquidation sales start today, actually. And yes, the 99-cent store is finally closing. Due to, of course, inflation. Inflation pressure has caused that. Our economy has caused that. Yay, how fun. Pressurizing their policy, which is 99 cents. They can't increase their product as much as they possibly can because that goes against their policy. So they basically just started going into bankruptcy. Many other things on the list as well, but we encourage you guys, of course, to go look up the story and find the information on your own, because we're just talking here about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's sad to say, but the 99-cent only store is closing. Liquidation sales started today, so go get your cheap 99-cent products. But that's really sad, man, that our world is affecting even things like that now these days. Like something to where people who struggle with their costs, with their money, are able to go and get simple things. I've been on that before. Living with my brother and trying to survive in an apartment on our own. Having the 99-cent store nearby got us ice, got us Dawn soap for our dishes, and laundry soap as well. So I mean, it helped us survive a few times, even with food itself. It's sad to see it go.
It really is, man. And we can call it the cost of inflation. I just call it corporate greed.
It's preach,
That's a whole other conversation. But yeah, man, it does that. That's an institution. I've known lots of people that have relied on the 99-cent store or Dollar General, to survive.
Yeah. No, for real. And the other sad thing about it is their employees. I remember going into one recently, right? And the lady was really upset, and she was working there. She was an employee, outfit and everything. She was upset because she didn't get a break. She was waiting for somebody else to come in to take over her shift, and she was operating by herself in the store because the manager wasn't there.
I remember we did a segment on that.
I believe so. Like, if somebody remembers what episode, let us know. But it was really sad to see. It took my time. I was courteous. Of course, take your time, lady. Go ahead. It's fine. Do your thing. What you need to do. And I waited. I think that's what we talked about. But it's sad to see it go, especially when today the employees were just notified today about it. Today. When liquidation sales started today, they were advised today as well, the employees. Isn't that something? Like,
yeah. What incentive do you have to be a good employee?
Oh, Brittany would go
the
crazy.
dominoes are following.
She hate. No, there's no time. They didn't know that. Let them know in a timely fashion at all. They told them today, this morning, in their morning meetings, if their manager showed up, is what I also read within the comment sections of media. People who say they are employees, I can't quite say they are or not because there's no check, but people who say they were employees at the store who were talking about the fact of it said that their manager didn't even show and somebody had to call in to tell them as well.
My question is,
yes,
how long did this company know that they were going to be going bankrupt, and how long did they wait to tell the employees instead of giving them an opportunity to
find more employment?
Right.
Or maybe give them a separation pack, which probably they couldn't because of where they are in the hole at the moment, but or something,
Yeah.
Like, but also, you see it happening and affecting a lot of things. And this is the difference between a company that's willing to change its policy and bend its pride to being something different to, like you said, corporate greed and changing with the world. Arizona iced teas, which I have complained about before, are not 99 cents anymore.
You know, honestly, I think what's happening to, Dollar General employees and 99-cent store employees,
It's becoming old-fashioned.
this would be a really good opportunity to talk about the benefits of unionizing.
Absolutely. Well, okay. Let's go on about that then. What would be the benefit of having a union for that?
So, number one, with a union, you'd have guaranteed rights, benefits packages like a 401k, medical, dental, vision, that kind of stuff. Just, basic things that people need to survive, to get by. Wages would be higher. Management would have, in cases like this, management would have a responsibility to give X amount of time and offer, whatever kind of package to employees. So those are just a few things where a union would be a big benefit in a situation like this.
That makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. Is it becoming old-fashioned, or is it that really prices of things are raising too high to where it's actually affecting other things and kind of gentrifying and monopolizing the economy?
And, again, to me, I guess, how rigid is the ownership of the company? If you foresee prices raising, there's nothing wrong with changing the name of your store to, like, neighborhood discount, or something like, instead of calling it 99 cents.
Essential store or something
Right.
like that. Yeah, which I think would be a great thing, by the way. A store with just essentials like that. Like ice, water, here you go.
Paper plates, toilet paper, paper
Here you go.
towels, dried goods,
Yes.
top ramen.
Stuff like that. Frozen foods, here you go.
Yeah.
I think that would be a great start for something. But yeah, I don't know. Is it old fashioned or not? Are we gonna start getting paid to where, like, okay, now that minimum, it takes now $5 to buy a bag of ice, or even to just go and get a cup of water, we're still gonna pay you $10 an hour.
If you change the name of the company, now you are not locked into charging just 99 cents for something. You have the ability to actually change your business model and run it to keep it afloat.
So you think it's just them pulling the plug because they feel like it's just not something that's feasible for them?
They don't want to spend the money on the employees. They're making money hand over fist, but they don't want to share it.
Well, and that definitely makes sense and echoes to their position of what my last visit was like, because, they only have one employee and they're running the whole store.
Yeah.
Insane. All right, next one. We're just going to keep it rolling.
Back to the bone spurs.
Yes, because we wanted to go back to him because he's our favorite topic.
So,
hold on one second. Brent says, I think the local 420 union should take over. Hey, there we go.
I support that.
Yeah, yes. I like that. I laughed at that while you were talking. I wanted to make sure they shared it.
I'll be a shareholder.
We are. Kind of. No.
Yeah.
Doing great. Hopefully you're paying yourself. Anyways.
But
back to the Spurs.
So it turns out in the New York civil fraud case, where he was ordered to pay $464 million in bond.
Ouch.
And then got it reduced to $175 million. And the bond of $175 million that he posted bounced.
Whoa. Like, meaning it didn't, like, he didn't have the amount, or they didn't take it?
Yes, the company that posted the bond was not solvent for the money that the bond was worth. So,
okay, I think I did hear a little bit about this.
Yeah.
Is it because they do loans for a particular thing, not for something like that? Is that what it was? Like, the whole reason why they do loans for certain things, not those essentially, like, legal?
So this is something that I saw. And I'm not, like, trying to shout out anybody else's show.
Okay.
But I was watching the Midas Touch.
Okay.
And according to the filings that the surety company, they're called Knight something, according to their filings, they had like $538 million cash on hand and like $400 million in liabilities, for a total of like $138 million in cash, but the bond was worth $175 million.
So he didn't quite hit the mark.
Right, and this is just from their
perspective.
It's like their filings and what they've put, and
got it.
And that's why I don't so much like watch just the news, but watch everything. Because they actually pull the filings and the report, and you can see what the surety bond actually posted and why it doesn't match up. It's not anything made up. This is what they posted, and so now they're going back to to court. Judge Goran has ordered Bone Spurs and the people back to court. The Attorney General's office, and I think they're going to talk about let's start talking seizure of assets and bank accounts and stuff like that, because you had the opportunity to pay the bill and you pretty much bounced the check that you tried to file with the court that, to pay your surety bond just to appeal the decision. So now that appeal is on hold, null and void.
Stalled. Yeah, void is what I was going to say, yeah. So now, does he still have to pay that amount, or is it not that amount anymore? It's back to the big, massive amount he has to pay.
So I guess that Judge Goran would probably follow the rulings of the appellate court and give him like X amount of days to come up with the $175 million. With all your I's dotted and T's crossed. Gotcha. I think that's probably what he's going to do. Personally, I think, but it's a good thing I'm not the judge, right? Yeah. But that's what I think Goran will do. He will give him like a week to come up with the money.
I honestly think it's right that, oh man, I gave you the opportunity to pay a smaller amount and you missed it. Well, guess what? You're back to the regular, to the 400 plus. Like, I feel like that's just like deserved. But there's a different court for us and then court for millionaires.
If justice was equal, what would it look like for us if we were in that situation?
Man, you telling me? I wouldn't have clothes on. I'd be outside,
right,
on some kind of peyote out of the red clay that we have here in Arizona. They would have me stripped from everything.
I'd look like the cartoon dude, man, wearing suspenders and a barrel around me.
Debster says, if Trump's win, I'm telling my immediate friends and family members we'll need to figure out a way out of here. I don't want to live under another Trump presidency. Last time I had to see a doctor, he had made me ill. My 7th grade math teacher was just like Trump. He was a hateful man, too. It's all over the place, man. I don't know why, Debster, but people are jumpy and on edge and mean for some reason rather than loving and understanding and caring for one another these days. It's kind of rough, but we'll make it through, I'm pretty sure.
I remember after he was elected, and I've told this story before, but we have more listeners now. I was working bowling Special Olympics tournament where we used to work.
I remember.
And one of our good friends, who's in that picture on the wall up there, his mom walked in with him for bowling in tears. I mean, literally in tears, just like, how are we going to survive 4 years of this?
I'm surprised we did.
And it's like, now I don't think we could. If for some reason he ever, got back in the White House, there would be no reason to stick around here. That's for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, my mental is, it's not that I don't care. Of course. I say that a lot on the show, I feel like. I do. I want the world to be right. And I've been saying it time and time again, pick your poison, and hopefully it's not the one that kills you quicker. But yeah. I don't know. It makes me nervous too, Debster. I'm sorry that you're nervous too. It does make me nervous.
Yeah.
You know, I have a 11-year-old that's growing up in this world that's up and coming. I made a joke with my girlfriend the other day. It's like, you know, the old stubborn assholes are trying to go get their last hurrah vote in before they die, for the next election cycle after that, you know. But even then, they're still going to be around. There's going to be bigots everywhere, always.
I think
there's always those.
There's always something to consider, man. But one thing is for sure, with what's been happening in all the special elections around this country after the Dobbs decision, how women's reproductive rights being on the ballot, you know, that be the king issue that people are voting on, especially women. Look out.
Yeah. We still have to get out there and vote.
Right.
That's kind of the deal.
We do.
We still got to do it. It's time for our Dumbass of the Week.
It is.
I am going to start because I'm going to forget mine if I don't. Police have become very, 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 very lax in their job, and especially doing the policing part. There was a video that was released. I'm not going to name the place or where, whichever. Go look it up. You'll figure it out. You'll find it. A deputy, our county's sheriff department released a video after it was held for 18 months of a shootout that happened between a father who kidnapped his daughter at gunpoint. Now, there was a large car chase apparently that happened with it, and then there was a standoff. Now, during the standoff, in the video footage that was released, the girl gets out of the car and lays on the ground in surrender position for a good amount of time, trying to get out and get over to the police and become safe. However, reason why the video was held for 18 months was due to the fact that she got up, tried to get over to the police, laid back down, got up, went over again, and immediately got shot down. Instead of understanding that, yes, this is a hostage situation, which was originally was called for. It was a hostage situation. He had his daughter, an abduction. That there was an innocent person and a non-innocent person that's shooting on us. Their excuse was, we didn't know if she was in on it or not.
You know, bullets don't answer questions.
Even though, again, it's during a shootout. I understand. The shootout is happening. You have to have the mentality to understand that the person that you're here to rescue is the one that's running towards you.
You know,
she was 15 years old, by the way.
All I can say is, again, man, I was a police officer in Compton back in the 80s. And
those times.
I have been in several justified shooting situations and have never fired my weapon.
Very impressive.
And always got the suspect in custody without having to use deadly force.
Nice.
You know.
Good.
There's a way.
Yeah. Of course.
And if you shoot somebody, then getting answers to the questions that need answered is not the right way to do it.
No. No, I couldn't agree more, man. It's just the department holding on to that video for 18 months. Yes, very sketch. I haven't looked into it too deeply to find out if those officers are still in officers or not, but I'm sure they may be. Who knows? But sad story. I'm sorry. Sad story. I am sorry.
Yeah.
Moving on. Dumbass of the week.
My dumbass of the week, believe it or not, I hope everybody is sitting down out there.
Oh, God.
Is Joe Biden.
Ooh! He got one.
He got one, man. It's like, okay, look. You know, you have to listen to the people. This is not one of those situations where you can ignore the people and just think this is what I want and put your will on the people for how you think things should go. Okay, when I look at how many people did not vote for you in the primaries, like you can get 87% of the vote, but the people that did not vote, that voted for that unintended voter for nobody, is still more than double the number that you, in other words, those people that did not vote for you, you would lose the election if it were held tomorrow in those states. So why did they not vote for him? Because of his response to what's going on in Gaza. And
oh no,
I'm just trying to, I'm just saying, man, in my opinion, Joe, listen to the people. And he just sent Israel weapons this week.
Oh no.
Listen to the people.
Oh no.
Fuck Benjamin Netanyahu and do not send any arms to him whatsoever until a ceasefire has been declared and the hostages have been swapped. Okay? Because enough is enough. And then what happened to the World Central Kitchen caravan? Did you hear about that?
No, I did not.
There were missile strikes on the convoy, the World Central Kitchen, which is basically an organization by Chef Andres that goes into these distressed areas and feeds the people that are hungry. And so he was in Gaza, and the logo is painted clear as day on the hood of these trucks, and there's holes, like this big, in the top of the hood of the car, targeting those cars. That's pinpoint precision targeting.
Right.
You're targeting humanitarian workers. So, Joe Biden, you better start listening to the people. You're fucking up. You're a dumbass.
Like I said, you gotta pick your poison. Hopefully it's the one that doesn't kill you faster.
Right.
But it is not saying that we have it good now still. We could have it better with certain things. But I'm sorry about my terrible story, Debster. I had to find something for the dumbass. But
yeah,
I know, it's just, we're slowly bleeding out at the moment. Are we going to lacerate and die faster? Or are we going to keep trickling?
Right.
Who knows? Anyways, I'm sorry, it's a depressing day. Have a wonderful weekend.
Remember, be kind to one another.
Yes.
And treat each other the way you want to be treated.
And pay yourself. Take care of yourself, please.
Yes.
Absolutely. I'm Zane.
I'm Gene.
And it's been Hanging with Uncle.
And we'll see you next week.
See ya.
Good night.